Here I am telling spooky stories at night again. The last time I did this, the Googles started talking to each other. I didn't know they could do that. I didn't like it. Hey stranger, Elaine, Aeris here. Welcome to another fun-filled edition of Spooky Stories. I realize that my favorite holiday is over, but just because the creepy is done doesn't mean I can't keep bringing the creepy to you, whatever that means. This isn't scripted. I don't know if you could tell. This one is called The Thing We Saw at the Stop Sign. I wonder what it was. Let's find out. This happened back in 2018, and to this day, I still think about it way too often. My boyfriend and I were coming back from a friend's house late at night around midnight. Witching hour. Great. I want to make it really clear before I even start, we were 100% sober, no alcohol, no drugs, no lack of sleep, just two regular people heading home after a normal night. At that time, my boyfriend and I didn't live together, so he was driving me home to my old place. The area I lived in was really wooded, big trees everywhere, barely any streetlights. To get to my street, you had to stop at a sign right next to the neighborhood playground, a fenced-in pool, and then a stretch of dark woods behind it. That stop sign ended up being the longest stop of my life. We pulled up to the sign and just sat there. Out of the corner of my eye, I noticed movement. At first I thought maybe it was someone walking near the playground, but when I turned to look, I honestly didn't know what I was seeing. There was something standing there tall, like at least 8 feet tall. It looked like a person at first, but then I realized it had massive wings or some kind of flaps hanging from its arms. The wings weren't like bird feathers, more like leathery sheets that caught the light weirdly. It was standing upright, kind of hunched, like it didn't belong in its own body. It turned its head slightly like it was looking toward the right side of the pool, and then it started running. That's what we want that thing to do. Start running. The way it moved was wrong. It was fast, like way faster than any human could run, and in one motion it leapt over the fence surrounding the pool. The whole thing looked effortless. It just cleared the fence and kept going until it disappeared into the woods. I froze. I didn't say a word. I didn't even breathe. Then my boyfriend, without me saying anything, spoke in the calmest but most terrified voice I've ever heard. He said, "Yes, I saw it too." That's when I knew it wasn't in my head. We both saw the same thing. After that, he slowly started driving. He dropped me off at my house, which unfortunately backed up to the woods. Oh, good. I could tell he didn't even want to walk me to the door, and honestly, I didn't blame him, but he did anyway. Good man. The entire time, we both kept glancing at the tree line, half expecting to see something standing there watching. We didn't talk much that night after he left, but for days afterward, we kept bringing it up, trying to make sense of it. What was it? A person in a costume? Some kind of animal? Neither of us could come up with a single explanation that fit what we saw. To this day, no one believes us. Family and friends just laugh it off or say we must have been tired or mistaken. But we know what we saw. It was real. Every time I drive near that intersection, even now, I get this awful sinking feeling like something still lingers there. Whatever it was, I don't think it wanted to be seen. That is just delightful, isn't it? We have some kind of cryptid or some kind of... Have you seen the Mothman prophecies? You know when you're trying to communicate to someone and it's just not getting through? It's kind of like talking to a cockroach. Well, in the Mothman prophecies, they use that metaphor And they say that there are these winged men, harbingers of doom, really. And they're trying to communicate with people and warn them about these tragedies that are about to take place. And they're called the Mothman. And they're there to warn people about what's about to happen. But because they're from some sort of otherworldly realm, they can't directly communicate with humans. So stuff gets a little bit lost in translation. Anyway, that movie's a little bit freaky. I would recommend it, although it's been a hot minute since I've watched it. Now I kind of want to watch it again. That guy sounds kind of like a Mothman. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Now I'm getting creeped out. I'm just realizing it's nighttime, and once again, I'm the only adult here, as much as I hope I am the only adult here tonight. And why do I keep doing this to myself? Why? Don't like this bird, creepy leathery wing, jeepers creepers man at all. We have a commenter asking, can you describe it more? I don't know if I want to hear more, but let's read. It was brown, super tall, had a very long beak. Sounds like a cryptid. What is that? Had 2 legs and 2 arms with huge flaps underneath. So like pterodactyl man, bear, pig.
It is half man, half bear, and half pig.
Man, bear, pig thing. That's as best as I could describe it. Do you have a photo by any chance? I don't think they would believe you if you did. Have you ever looked up Mothman? See? This is what I'm talking about. I knew this would come up. Yes, and it's crazy because I actually tried to search up what I was, and that's exactly what kept popping up. Oh gosh, now I have to go in a Mothman rabbit hole because I vaguely remember the movie. It's been a minute though. It's been a minute. Like, I think I watched that movie with my high school boyfriend. Like that was, a couple years ago. Super quick dive into Mothman here. Mothman is a winged humanoid cryptid associated with the area of Point Pleasant, West Virginia, known for a series of sightings in the 1960s that are often linked to the collapse of the Silver Bridge in 1967. The creature is typically described as having a tall humanoid body with large wings, glowing red eyes, and an ability to glide silently through the air. Skeptics suggest sightings may have been misidentification of large birds like snowy owls. Yeah, that looks exactly like a snowy owl. Yes, I might legitimately have to rabbit hole into this Mothman thing at a future date, I think. This is going to take a little bit more research. I might want to dive into this. Pterodactylus. What? Wild experience. It sounds like a pterodactyl that came in through a time slip. Cool. Best crypto guess is a thunderbird. What the heck is that? Depending on where you live, there's been pterodactyl sightings in Georgia and I think South Carolina too. What? There have been no confirmed sightings of living pterodactyls in Georgia, obviously. However, fossil fragments have been found and anecdotal reports of modern-day sightings are considered folklore or misidentification. They have been extinct. Modern sightings. Reports of... Hold on, cat. Reports of modern-day pterodactyl sightings are considered cryptid folklore. One anecdotal report from Reddit described a large winged creature in Helen, Georgia, which a local dismissed as a common sighting known as Terry. What? Do you mind? I'm trying to read. Cryptids are cool. Cryptids are cool. I like cryptids. Virginia, maybe it was Mothman, yeah. But Mothmen don't have beaks. I mean, how do we know, though? How many Mothmen have you seen in real life? The 2 Mothmen I know personally both have beaks. I love Redditors, man. It was in Texas, crying. Texas. Are there Mothmen in Texas? What part? Spring, Texas? Near Houston? I guess I can scratch Spring off my places to retire list. Hee, silly. Mothman has been seen around the world. It's claimed to be a harbinger of doom. Yep, that's what I said, harbinger of doom. Exactly. Did I say harbinger of death or doom? I don't know. Rewind. Harbingers of doom, really. It looked skinnier and taller, more human, but brown with a beak. It was insane. The flaps underneath the arms were very round. What? Why can't your family just believe what you saw? There's so much out there we know nothing about. I'm glad it didn't come at you guys. For real. Like, I feel like this was a huge bonding moment for this couple because there is something about experiencing something otherworldly that could make you, if you were experiencing it on your own, you could feel legitimately insane. And this happened. My apartment before I moved here seemed like it might have been haunted. And my kid's father, he experienced it too. And he's a very logic-minded, very rational person. So the fact that someone who didn't even necessarily believe in the paranormal, but they were just open-minded enough to embrace the experience with me, not embrace, but endure the experience with me, it was very validating and made me feel a little more creeped out, but a little less insane at the time. Maybe I'll get into that story later, but not right now because I don't really want to tell a story right now that I definitely know is definitely true to me from my first hand experience. At least with this Mothman thing, like, there's still an air of mystery about it. We can still think like, well, at least we didn't see it for ourselves, right? I thought that was pretty creepy, guys. So I thought I would share it with you. What do you think? I'm a little creeped out. Will you stay with me until the dawn? No? It figures. Hey, Google. Lights out. Good night.